Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the plot tour at the end of January. And we're into the 5th year on the allotment, so cracking along there. And as always, starting off with the rhubarb bed. Rhubarb is coming along nicely. I might have to make a decision pretty soon whether I'm going to force some of it this year or not. Wallflowers are looking nice. And I look back at the January video last year, and the tayberry was a lot smaller than it is this year. It's not quite covered the whole of the back, but hopefully that's going to happen for next year. So I've removed a rhubarb that was there. I've popped in some of the penstemons that was in that big clump over in the corner, and I think I'm going to be putting that rhubarb over into a family garden somewhere. So the leeks, they're still usable, we're just not been using them. The everbearer strawberries are completely died off, whereas the Cambridge favourites are still hanging on in there. So much to my surprise, I was able to cut the grass today. I thought it was going to be a bit slippy. We needed to get something to cover this bed here, so the grass clippings have served that purpose well. So since the last video, I have been pruning the fruit bushes. So I've done the classic sort of goblet opening up of the centre of that blackcurrant there, this gooseberry here, same sort of thing, it's a bit more open. It's always a bit hard to tell really in a video. And the carrot bath, we still have carrots. And they're still quite nice carrots too. I said we've also discovered today that I must have put some tulips in this ericaceous compost bed just to allow them to die down, and I've forgotten about them. So there's a nice surprise. So potato buckets just waiting for the potatoes. And we've got some nice new buds coming on this blueberry here. So I've harvested a cabbage. It was a bit pathetic, and I took down the Brussels sprouts, which did actually give a final harvest. We might be able to have something from those that's actually edible. So residues dying down here on what was the bean wigwam bed. That's going to be courgettes later on this year. This one's going to be the fallow bed this year. It's got various cover crops in it. We've even popped in some old beetroot just to act as a living root in the ground. Some more sort of residues dying down here. Some old turnips and things. And cover crops, we've got some beans in there. So these cabbages have been a bit of a disaster, the spring ones. Not really come to anything. Been had by the slugs because it's been so mild. The slugs really haven't been hiding away. These cabbages might actually give us something. Well, the peach peregrine is absolutely covered in buds, potential flowering buds. So I'm hoping that, if nothing else, I'm hoping for a nice spring blossom display. Whether we get any fruit thereafter is another matter entirely. So coming round here to the working area, and we have got tulips in this bed here, but we've got the leftover residues from various things from last year that they're going to have to fight their way through. I'm thinking of spring bulbs. We got plenty of daffodils coming up there. Oh, actually, what's the temperature? That's 12.4. We've been as low as -6.8. So we're just getting a mild spell after being quite chilly. So all the leaves have now come off Waldo, the thornless blackberry. And in the back there we've got a very populated bug hotel, so I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out of that later on. So the new blueberries down here, they're showing signs of budding. So all this bark is going to be removed. I've got some bark being delivered tomorrow. This is into its 4th year or something like that. So it's going to be removed and all freshened up. Wallflowers are doing okay up there. Got some hyacinths just breaking through. So we've got the tulips in here, so they're netted to stop various things digging into there. They're coming up so well that I'm going to have to take the nets off soon. Actually turning out to be a nice sunny afternoon. So the raspberries are all pruned back. Strawberries are all ready. Actually, those strawberries are starting to look like they've been there for forever, but they've only just been recently put in. They're just runners from a previous year. And yet more cover crops on what was the sweet corn bed. And more leeks. And we've had the last of the parsnips, and they were quite disappointing in the end. We've had some nice roasties out of the few that were of a decent size, but there were very few of them. And a cover crop just coming to the end. Lots of old beetroots that we won't be eating. So it looks like it's been snowing a little bit of petals here, but this is the outer husks of the garlic, which we put 84 cloves into here just this morning. So we're going for the second wave of garlic sowing because of being devastated by white rot. So we've avoided the first phase of white rot in the sort of late autumn time, and we're hopefully the only one we're going to catch might not be as devastating in the spring. This poor old tree here has actually got some canker down at the base now as well. Its days might be numbered, but we'll see how it goes. Of the 3 espaliers, it's the one that's put on the most amount of growth. Oh, of course we got signs of the tulips down the bottom there. Now, those of you who watch Dean's Lost the Plot, if you know his sort of tree area where he has all the tulips, there's perennial tulips that just keep getting more and more. That's what we're aiming for, sort of around this sort of orchard area. We're just going to let the perennial tulips do their thing. Well, we're coming back round to the rhubarb bed. Got some nice looking crowns, should produce something quite pleasant. Rain gauge has had 1 millimetre of rain in the last 2 weeks, so it's been very dry this month. And there we are. Hope everyone's keeping well. Take care and bye for now.